And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Robert Kelly.
I was wrong.
Yeah, you were wrong.
You know what? The one thing about me, Jay, when I'm wrong, I admit it.
Yeah, when you're wrong, you say you're wrong. You're like the dad in Dirty Dancing. When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. You are wonderful out there.
I'm wrong.
Rest in peace, Jerry Orbach.
Rest
you were
in
wrong.
peace, The Lake. The Lake is gone, too, from that movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's
It dried up.
Dried up.
That was crazy.
Just like my wife's.
You watched that little documentary, too.
Yeah.
And how about the idea that, like, remember they showed him in rehearsals? He would, like, drop Jennifer Grey. He's like, get up, you dumb bitch. He was, like, mean to her the whole time.
Yeah.
He was, like, super shitty to her.
Yeah.
She didn't want to do it initially because she hated him from Red Dawn.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, he hated her from Red Dawn, but they were like, no, she's the girl for this part, which she was. And so, yeah, he was just nasty to her on set.
Well, Patrick Swayze, every role he played, he was a badass, but he's really just a dancing bitch.
He's a dancing bitch. It's like Jean-Claude.
Yeah.
Everyone forgot Jean-Claude's actually a ballerina.
Yeah.
It just looks like he do those crazy kicks.
Yeah, he do the split because he's a ballerina.
Yeah, he stretched his ball bag out on a bar in front of a mirror like a mo. That's what happened. That's what I think of you, JVCD.
Well, you thought I didn't. I said Van Hagar, and you
Was
said
better.
Was better.
That's crazy, man. Like
Liz.
you're not a kid.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Not like
Just
you
call me
shouldn't.
old?
No,
What?
you're my. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, Jacob, I did
You
say
are-
this.
Hey, can I defend?
I said this to him.
If you're a kid when that came out, when the transformation happened,
Right.
then I get it. But I mean, if you were listening to Van Halen before, I don't understand how you can say.
I'm going to tell you why. Can I defend myself?
Sure.
Thanks. Because David's voice left. Sammy still has his voice.
That's
So
fair, but-
so in the last few years, I've heard Sammy sing.
If you watch a live Van Halen with
Sammy and
David Lee Roth like now, which I did,
It's awful.
It's neat, but it's like
his voice was there for a minute. It's like Journey.
David Lee Roth lost his voice in 1990.
Yep.
Sammy Hagar,
Still sings.
love him or hate him, he's one of the greatest voices.
He still
He's
sings,
an
and he's
insane voice.
he still
It
sings
is-
pretty good.
he sings great. And
Nowhere near where he was, but he's still got it for sure.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: you could always argue. I hear it's like pro-choice, pro-life. I hear both arguments. You know what I mean? I hear what both people are saying.
especially if you're
Whether I agree, I think it's David Lee. I think it's a no question. David Lee Roth. He's my pro-choice. But I understand when people like Sammy Hagar, because Sammy Hagar came out big with, I'd say, argue more, maybe not bigger, but at least more radio hits. I mean, they had songs that became like the most commercial, successful.
That song's an abomination.
I hate it. Whatever it is. Why can't this be love? They made radio hits for sure.
for
David
sure.
Lee Roth was a cooler, like unique front man, and that voice was even a little as unique as Sammy Hagar's is. David Lee Roth is more unique. Yes, Jacob?
From that 5150 tour.
Yeah.
They did one. I think they taped it for Showtime. It was called Live Without a Net, but it was in New Haven, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have that one sample on my phone where Sammy goes, "We're renaming this town. This is now New Halen." New Halen. And I've had it on my phone for 25 years. Yep.
Yup. New Haven, Connecticut.
We are renaming this town. This is now New Halen.
New Halo.
The funny thing to say about that is that you're giving it all. That's got to be a difficult thing to stomach in a band until when you get older and it doesn't matter anymore, you move past it. But I always think about that about Bon Jovi. Like, definitely a team meeting behind his back going, like, why are we Bon Jovi? Like, why are we just him? Like, we're all in this band.
But he's
Marilyn Manson's interesting things. That's the name of the band, and it was also his name, but it's not his name. Do you know what I mean? It's like a made-up name, so it doesn't really matter, I guess, to say you're a Marilyn Man. But I've always those like Van Halen. It's like it's named after those two brothers.
Is Bon Jovi is that his real name?
Well, it's spelled differently, but yes.
Bon. They named a kid.
No.
Oh,
His
his last
name
name?
is
John Bon Jovi.
His name's John. His name is John Bon Jovi.
Hang on. Yeah, but Bon Jovi, is that an Italian? That's his real name, Bon Jovi.
No,
They didn't make that up.
it's one word. That's what you're getting missing here.
No, I know I'm stupid. I know what you're saying,
You're not stupid.
but I am. I love
You're
you.
not stupid.
I love you, man.
Don't
No,
say that.
that's a legit last name.
Yeah.
He didn't make that up.
No. but it's Bon Jovi. It's Bongiovi. He calls it that because of his last name is the point. And at some point, Richie Sambora is going to be like, "Hey, why am I in Bon Jovi? Why don't we call ourselves something else?"
Isn't that what he did? Didn't he leave?
No, he did that way too late in the game for that to have been the issue anymore.
He owns everything. Like, he's like Billy Joel. Billy Joel, like, paid all his guys a lot and then realized one day, fuck that, I'm just going to pay them like musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And didn't he do that with his band, too?
Billy Joel?
No, Bon Jovi.
Where he pays them like they're all like hired guns?
Yes. Did he do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I believe he did.
He did. In fact, they're on the drummer's on that 30.
He's got a contract year? Drummer's on a contract year? He's got to really show up this year.
Or something? No, he's on one of the...
The drummer from Bon Jovi?
Giovi.
No.
Tico Torres?
It's
No,
Giovi.
Bon Jovi?
Giovi.
Billy Joel.
Oh, Billy Joel.
Yeah, the drummer.
Yeah, he's aggravated he got let go. Because they were
Oh, yeah, 'cause he was there forever. He's like a pretty famous guy, too. I'm trying to remember his name.
I've been working here, guys, remember, for 10 years.
I know, Pete. I know.
Hey, Greg Stone special tonight, by the way. Oh, I forgot about that.
Taping
tonight, 10 o'clock show, Pussy Village Underground. Tickets still available. Go down, see if you're in New York. Go check him out. He is one of the hottest young rising stars in New York City. It's tonight, 10 o'clock. Tickets still available. Village Underground Comedy Cellar, West Village. The only place to see a live taping. Greg Stone, everybody. Go check him out. ComedyCellar.com for tickets. We'll see you next week.
Keep playing it, though. I'm going to sing Greg Stone's song. I can't get there from here if I just hump on the F train. If I just hop on the downtown train. Go to the Comedy Cellar. Ooh, watch some Greg Stone.
He's gonna do a little improv on stage. Maybe
Non-stop laugher, what a laugher. Do up diddy in his son's my dress.
Greg
Stone.
The best around.
Greg Stone.
He'll make you laugh funny.
Stone.
He's a little chubby.
Greg Stone. He might let you down now. We've given it a whole lot of build-up.
It might
Greg
not
Stone
be as
rules.
good as you thought, but we got your money.
Look, I'm not saying that he's Dave Chappelle or anything. Greg Stone, long-time friend of the show. Greg rules, man. Check him out. If you're in New York, go down. A few tickets left. Low ticket warning, though.
We need hands with fingers so we can do our thing.
Can somebody send us some pointy fingers so we can meet in the middle somewhere?
On sticks. We need them on sticks so we can do our ting.
Now, a lot of people are saying, like, is this bumping mics? And I say, no. We're not doing it with microphones. It's bumping fingers.
It's the ting.
It's the finger ting. Little fing ting.
Speaking of Bon Jovi. Or
Giovi. Bon Giovi.
Bon Giovi. We sang.
Want it dead or alive. I was gonna say, because you know David Bryan.
Sure.
You should put a little earwig in his ear one time. Be like, it's pretty fucked up how long you've been in the band. It's named after him, but
yeah,
it's cool that you can set back and let that happen. Let a guy bitch you like that.
Just throw that in there and see what he does.
Man, he was the best.
David Bryan?
Yeah.
David Bryan's he's so cool, so awesome, loves comedy.
Yeah, he was great. He got hammered and told us that they didn't think the girl that they sent over for Runaway video was hot at all. I was like, dude, I used to watch that video, dude. It's a see-through when she's all wet. I'm like, I thought she was so hot. He goes, when they sent her over, I was like, who's this fat girl? Is this someone's relative or something? I think it was. It was someone's relative they had to use or something. He told me a couple fun things. I thought why it looks like there's so many people in their audience of their like concert videos was because they were opening for Pink Floyd.
Oh, no shit.
And if you look in the audience shots, everyone's wearing Pink Floyd shirts, but they filmed their video sections there with the audience being like, but they were they did was that kind of like a Schultz move, like what Schultz did? It's like you're giving the presentation, like, how do I not know about this guy? Look how huge they already are.
I did that for my special. That was Louis' special. And I just filmed the beginning of it, and I called
you were just in front of a green screen doing your bits?
Yeah, I called the kill box because we only filmed a little tiny box of it.
Definitely kill when you could put in whatever reaction you want.
Yeah, I just put Louis' reaction.
He goes, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Louis. Because I know, guys, I love Louis too. I love Louis too. Random Louis chant in the middle of my show. Louis. We had quite a weekend. Not only did we sing Bon Jovi, Like Angels, by the way. Did you get to hear any of it?
I saw the clip.
Jacob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
thought it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I thought it was great. You guys are musicians.
The hats were great.
The hats were fantastic. Oh, yeah. We had Helen's boots. It was the whole thing.
We went down to the hat store. What's it? The boot store.
Allen's Boots.
Allen's Boots. We went in there, and my wife. I had a bunch of hats.
Yeah.
I was ready to pull the trigger, and my wife kept saying no. Like I got her on FaceTime. What about this? No.
Perfect hat head, too. The bald head hugs the hat well.
And then
hat hugs it well.
Jay stepped in, finally put his foot down, and said, "You got to stop letting Dawn bully you."
She bullied you into not getting a hat you wanted.
That's
There's a
right.
hat that always talks to you, though. You knew the hat you wanted.
He knew.
The hat I got works, but it was not the hat.
The
I
hat
wanted.
he wanted was calling to him the whole time, and we'd lose Bobby for a minute, and the hat would be off, and he'd be off there. He was so afraid of Dawn. He was so afraid of her.
crazy.
He started saying the cowboy hat he was going to get. He started putting on just fedoras, and he goes, "How about this?" I go, "Bobby, it's not a cow. It's killing the point. We're doing like Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
It's got to be a cowboy hat." He goes, "Yeah, well, Dawn hates it." And then I saw her in a car on FaceTime laughing at Bobby in his hat, shaming him out of it.
She shamed me out of it. She bullied me.
And it was before it was, by the way, she didn't even know they have to form it still.
Oh.
He was just saying, isn't this it's a nice fit hat, right? We're doing a thing here. It's not, you know what it was? She's worried, and I understand her fear. You may have not given her enough information to let her know, like, Dawn, this isn't the new me.
I was just trying to have a good time, Jay.
I know you just want to play with your friends and have a good time.
I was just trying to have fun with my friends.
And she just slapped you around.
Yep.
Like a Boston bully.
She
O'Doyle rules. Was her maiden name O'Doyle?
And then you came up.
Dawn O'Doyle rules.
I said, I'm not getting a hat because Dawn. And you went. You said,
We're singing Wanted Dead or Alive.
you said, Bobby, I'm sorry. I love Dawn, but I got to put my foot down. You got to stop letting her bully you out of your fun.
You can't let her bully you.
Yeah. And you
She
know what
bullied him.
Yeah. And you know what I did? I went and got a hat.
You bought a hat, but you
No.
didn't buy the hat.
I didn't buy the hat, but I bought a hat without even calling her.
No.
Without
did.
calling her or asking her.
He used a secret credit card that she doesn't know he has.
Yep, I used my transvestite credit card that nobody knows I have.
Your trainee prostitute credit card?
Yeah,
It's a prepay.
my prepay tranny card, and I got a hat, and I got the lady. She says I can do stuff to it. I go, do your thing. She went over, got a. She goes, what's your favorite number? I said 17. So she went and got a 7, which is not my favorite number.
Yeah.
I don't know why she didn't get the other. Because you can't make a 17, I guess, right?
Yeah. She couldn't make a 17.
So she got 7. She burnt it. She lit it on fire.
Yeah.
She got matches. She got feathers, and she made this whole thing on the side of it. And I bought my hat
He bought his hat.
and a scarf.
And a scarf. The scarf was the one more little extra fuck you. Now I'm doing that. I'm buying a scarf.
I didn't call about that either. I got a red scarf.
Yeah. Bobby does what he wants now.
You can't listen to a city slicker told you not to get the
Yeah.
cowboy hat.
And I get
So
it.
was-
Jay's right. Did she know it was costuming, or did she think this was like for you, like the new, like Jay said? The
Yeah,
new
you may have
you?
been like, "Is this Dawn? This is the new me." That's what I'm worried about. She was like, "No, please don't come home like being a cowboy hat guy now."
You know what?
Bobby's got on Pumas and a cowboy hat. No. That's why I think you didn't explain it to her enough. So I gave that. That's why I started saying her defense. Bobby, you were just like, "This hat, Dawn, yes or no?" And she was like, "Not as a lifestyle."
You
No.
know what?
She was being a good wife.
If you were like,
I might have fucked up.
if you were like, we're playing, you go, hey, we're singing Wanted Dead or Alive tonight. We're getting the spirit. Also, whenever we come to the Moon Tower now, the Bonfire Live, we'll be wearing Western stuff.
I
It's
did
like what we
not.
do.
I did not fill her in on the information.
You went Dawn
yeah.
and pointed yourself in a hat on a FaceTime video, which is not flattering.
Yeah.
Also,
Yep.
it's just face and cowboy hat all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to her.
I think I might have messed up. I didn't tell her.
You presented it
Now,
bad.
because that tracks. Because a lot of times I do go away and I come back as that. I'm what they call an assimilator. I'm like the Borg.
Mm-hmm.
I will go to place and come back as that person.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I'll have
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Like when I went to Amsterdam, I came back with these hats.
Wooden shoes.
Yeah. Dude, I was 5 seconds away from buying wooden shoes for the
course
whole
you were.
family.
You're gonna clog home.
I called her up and asked her Max's and her size, and she went, absolutely not.
Oh,
Are
what's
you
my
buying-
size in wooden shoe with no give? I don't know. How's the guy going to come over and touch your toe and tell you if your toe's all the way up there? You got room in these, do I? You have no idea.
She would not let me buy them. I was so mad. We got into a big fight, like an argument. I was like, it's something we'll remember forever. She goes, your son is 9. His foot changed 7 times in the last 4 months. You're not buying him wooden shoes.
Also, if you love him, don't send him in the world with wooden shoes. You might as well get, better be in the wooden shoes. Tickets to karate lessons.
Well, he has jiu-jitsu.
You're going to have to learn karate if you're wearing wooden shoes. You're not going to be able to throw people around and try to get them in submission holds in wooden shoes, buddy.
Yeah,
you
you
better
have to
learn how to fucking fan kick.
You have to know how to the death touch. We got the
So
outfits.
Dawn's not a bully.
She's a bully.
You
She's a bully.
are, listen, I'll take your side and we'll say she's a bully. But I'm saying she's not a bully. You have to describe before I can say with conviction, Dawn's bullying you out of your fun, you have to explain your fun better.
I agree with you. You're right.
Like I feel like you're giving you're like, Dawn, pogo sticks, yeah? And she's like, no. And you're like, all right. Dawn says I can't get on a pogo stick.
Hey Dawn, what about this sundress? No? Yes? You can borrow it. We can.
He goes, what's it for? He goes, don't even worry about that. Just yes or no on the sundress. And then she says no.
This lady makes them herself. I'm helping the community.
She's taking measurements for me.
Yeah, dude. I might have not explained it fully, but still, I'm getting a hat. Me and you and everybody are getting hats. We're in a hat store. You could say, have fun. Wait a minute. Back up, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
We just went to a wedding on the wrong frigging day because
Okay.
of her.
She owed you one. She should have been more supportive of the hat, though.
I went and bought her a Louis Vuitton, wallet and bum bag.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yep.
I was like, you want these bags? And she was like, yup.
I was like, Dawn.
Yep.
Yep. That's exactly what she said in the Louis Vuitton. Do you want the wallet with it?
Oh, yup.
And I was like, yep.
As you say, goes, Bobby asked me if I wanted a wallet, and I was like, yup.
Yep.
Yep.
The worst voice.
It's great,
It's
though.
the best thing.
I love it, but
Yeah.
I mean, it is
Oh, it's
god
frigid.
awful. Came in. Is that
When
Chicago?
When I tell, it's
Fuck
that
yeah.
Midwest area for sure. What I did say to people though is like, this girl is very hot. Her talking, the guy, her husband, who she's telling the story to, is also a gorgeous man with a great body and a big dick. It's just she has the worst. Just like that's all day long.
I actually say that, lady, you want Splenda? I was like, yep.
I was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
yup. Fuck yeah.
And I was like, yep.
Do you want hot sauce with that? I was like,
Oh, he's just
Fuck
so
yeah.
good.
Oh, I love
Oh
it.
my God.
If you could have sex with any woman you wanted once, but you had, no matter what, this was the voice you had to hear and it had to be the entire time.
yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
what? I'd fuck this girl for
I'd
that
fuck
voice.
Really?
Yeah, I'd fuck him. With her in the background going, yep.
Yup. You like in your butt? Yup.
You like sucking my husband's balls?
The
Yep.
voice would get you more.
The voice is tough, man, but I mean,
It's a
I
lot.
guess I'd have, but
But then, I mean, you can't ever get pussy in Chicago or like a Wisconsin or an Ohio,
this is,
Yeah.
Michigan,
Oh, Asia.
or
guys
Asia.
in Chicago, this is what they put up with.
Yeah, and girls that have a lot of real estate from lower lip to chin. That's also a big thing there. Real big chin. Those Polish broads, dude. All chin.
They got a big chins because they get hit a lot.
Yeah, they get hit a lot, so you want to protect the teeth.
Yeah, you
so they
gotta-
get a thick chin.
Yeah, you can't knock them out easy. 'Cause
Yeah.
those big chins, they got a Popeye chin from
Yeah.
being cracked in the chin.
It's so you can lay your next knockwurst on it while you're eating another knockwurst.
We got our outfits though. We did manage to get out of the store. We got our hats.
We got
You
our
got a
hats.
great hat.
I got a good hat. I mean, my leather hat's the one still, but I got a good hat.
You got a great hat, and then we had that. We had the night, and you guys rehearsed. I couldn't make it because I had an audition that I did not get. By the way,
It's official?
yeah,
You would have heard by now.
yeah,
It's just Monday.
yeah,
They would have said it.
yeah.
Okay. You knew. You knew. Bobby said they super complimented him. He goes, I didn't get it. He's like,
Here-
why? He goes, they super complimented me.
At the
And I
end of
go,
an audition,
That's what happens?
when you go to directors, first of all, this was my first audition on Zoom, which was weird. because you don't know where to look.
Sure.
You just don't. Christine actually saw me doing the. You saw us practicing, and it was great. I mean, I thought it was great.
Is that what she said? But it's fine.
No, it was, remember at one point Joe said something, he said something in the scene about it being hot in there, and I was like, oh, do you want me to turn the air up? I didn't realiase you guys had started the scene.
She didn't realize we were started the scene. We were in the scene. That's how
She said she was trying to break the tension.
But yeah, at the end of it,
No, she said you were a revelation. I'm sorry. I'm joking.
it was look. It was good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But at the end
You're a
of
good
it,
actor.
he goes, when they give you an adjustment, they're like, hey, loved it. Just try this little. And I did it. And then he's like, great. So when a director,
No adjustment, no notes.
when he gives you an adjustment, that means he likes you.
Yeah.
And if you can pull it off, it's even better. It's like, oh, I can direct this guy. That's what their job is, to get you right. And then we did the second scene, which was kind of like so there's 3 scenes. There's a lighthearted scene, a kind of whatever scene, and then the fuck you scene, a lot of screaming and yelling. And the screaming and yelling one at the end of it, there was no adjustment, which sucked, because that's the one you want. Hey, can you try that? And then at the end, he was like, "Listen, I want to tell you, you are a great actor. You do these things, and you never know. Well, my wife wrote this, and you think how you're going to hear it, but actors take it in a different way. It's like, oh, I did it the wrong way, and then he was like, but you're a great actor, and it's a pleasure to actually have you audition for this. And I'm like, boy. I'm like, thank you very much. And then I went, hey, thank you for letting me, thank you for letting me be on Zoom and audition for you guys. What the fuck does that mean? I don't even know what that means. I just was trying to say something after he said
I just want
something.
words. I know. I've been there before. He goes, that's cool. So we should hang up now. I don't know.
So I couldn't go to the rehearsal we picked Wanted Dead or Alive. I wanted Since You've Been Gone.
Well, can we say, first of all, Bobby, at first, you never did singing at the Comedy Jam before, have you?
Yes, I have.
Singing?
Drumming. Drumming, singing. I did drumming, singing.
But you were never not behind the drums.
I was behind the drums, but yes. No, I've never done singing up front.
Okay.
Is that where you're getting at?
Well, yes. Also to the point of it,
Sure.
though, that like you didn't know when you got off that stage, you were high. You were high. When you got off that stage.
I was high, but I did. There was an incident that happened that.
No. We're going to go back to that.
We're going to get to that, but
I'm just saying the point of what I was with the song choice.
Yeah.
Was I was like, you're going to go up there. And we had to play. You were a little more nonchalant. Like you were more of like I'll sing a song with you. We'll sing a song. It'll be fun.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, hey, Bobby, we actually got to pick the song. I was like, we'll pick it. And then we kind of like got deterred and didn't pick a song yet. And I was like, they need this song like today to know what we're going to sing. And we started talking it through. You get that probably more now that you did it. Where I'm like, man, it is an exhilarating thing. You want to pick the right song. You want it to be a good one. The two that Bobby was okay with, or he was like, yeah, those will be good to do, was you suggested Wanted Dead or Alive, actually.
Sure.
That was you. And then I brought to you, because I went through a list of like, what's good, like, just get people going karaoke songs. Like, I don't want to do a super hack one, but we could do a fun one. And Since You've Been Gone was on there by Kelly Clarkson. And I suggested that's Bobby, and Bobby was like, that is the one. And I sort of agreed. That's the one. And we put it up to Josh Adam Myers. Though, because you know what, Wanted Dead or Alive might be the better of the two. Also, the band might have an issue with one.
I get it. I understood it.
I said it to him, and he goes, "Do Wanted Dead or Alive? It's too good of a song. You guys are going to kill it. Blah blah blah." So we
Right.
put it to rest. Kelly Clarkson thing. Then the night rolls around.
Right. The night rolls around. We get to it. We got hats, and
Scarves.
it is scarves tied to our microphones.
Tied to our mics.
And we have a whole thing we're going to do. We're going to walk out as us and then turn around and become cowboys.
Cowboys. Two cowboys.
Yeah. And it was great. And it's pretty. I mean, Josh does turn into something else. Like me and Christine were talking about that.
Yeah.
Off stage, hey, what's up? And all of a sudden he goes on stage and he turns into this.
He's a rock star.
He's a rock star.
On that show, he is
A rock star.
A rock star.
Yeah. And you can see it happen. It's a weird thing. You can see it happen. All of a sudden you're just watching him. And you're like,
I'm
wow.
going to win them over because I'm good looking, I'm cute, I'm funny, I'm talented.
But what happened, I didn't see this coming.
I wish I could deny this was the truth.
This kind
My
of
guts to say there's nothing nefarious in the intentions here.
Well, it kind of took. So I'm ready to go. Hats. Me and you are a team. We're ready. We're rocking. Christine's there. It's great. Josh is there. And we're about to go up. And now we're being announced. And I'm like, all right. And then what happened next really took the wind out of my sail. Because it was like.
It took a sing-along to get Bobby back on this one. I was so uncomfortable when this happened. I didn't know what the thing was. I didn't know. I didn't know what we were gonna. I didn't know, because here's the thing: it's not stand-up anymore. They need like less than a minute killed when you go up there. So by the time you grab the mic, hey, what's up, everybody? What a song! Hey, how about the Sklar Brothers killed it? And what you kill 30 seconds, you have to kill, and then they're ready to do your song. So I assumed, I was like, yeah, why we didn't bring us? But we're not going to do like individual comedy. He's going to bring us up together, like the Sklar Brothers, and we're going to go do the song together.
But when
I want you to describe.
When you bring somebody up, when you're bringing somebody up as the host on anything, on a rock show or comedy show, you all right? What's wrong?
Nothing.
Why are you way over there?
Why were you way over there?
What's going on?
Nothing.
What is it?
What's going on?
What's your thing?
What's happening?
Bobby, did you just fart?
Jacob, listen.
Bobby.
Jacob, listen, Jacob. Listen, Jacob. I want to say something to you right now.
I'm asking for more than one person in the room.
Jacob, I want to ask.
I don't want to rip anyone out of the I'm really into the Moon Tower discussion, but it just.
I mean, what are you talking about? Why
did it just happen?
Did what just happen?
What I just asked you.
What? I don't understand. What are you asking me?
Did you, Robert Kelly, just loudly fart in the room and not even break conversation? Like kept talking
loudly.
to Jay.
You heard volume.
Of course.
Black Lou. What?
No, I turned to Lou and he went like this. He just said yes. That's all he said to me before I opened my mouth to Lewis. He said yes.
I want to say something right now. In life, Jacob, in life.
Yeah.
And Lou, I want to say this to you too.
Absolutely.
In life, I want to say this to everybody listening and in the room. In life,
yeah,
things happen.
Right.
Things beyond your control. And sometimes,
it's best
even
not
though
to acknowledge.
Sometimes I want to control things. Sometimes you want to have things the way they're supposed to be, but sometimes they can't be. And sometimes you move in your seat a little way, and you've been traveling a lot, and you've been eating a lot of weird food, and your butt cheek goes up, and something might have came out. And I kept going with the show.
You've been listening to Let Go, Let God with Robert Kelly.
In a way, I feel like Bobby was the professional one. I broke the show up by doing this.
Can I say
I'm the one who wasn't professional.
Can I say
do not mistake your crazy unprofessionalism for Bobby's professionalism. Bobby cracked a loud rat. I didn't hear it. I don't know if I'd call that professional.
Can I tell you why I didn't stop? I tell you, 'cause there was not a smell. If there was a smell, I would have been like, guys, I apologize. But I assessed the situation.
You determined.
I assessed the situation.
Right.
And I said, everybody's going to be all right. Nobody's going to be hurt in this. And maybe they didn't hear it. I didn't know.
I immediately.
Black Lou refuses to wear the white man's headphones.
Through my headphones, I just turned to Lewis and he went, "Yep."
Lewis just knew right away. Yes.
But I'm going to tell you, like I said before,
I feel like
I'm a man
heard
of honor.
It too. I thought Lou had something playing.
Because
in the
you know what
background.
Bobby did? He immediately creaked his chair to disguise it. I saw immediate, like 5 seconds after.
I think it made the microphone because you paused and when you heard something squeaky.
Yeah.
He immediately did the chair squeak on
I
purpose.
looked over you
afterward.
because I was looking at the computer to see if you were playing a sound effect of some
Right,
sort.
and I saw you and I wasn't.
I apologize. And I can't say it will never happen again.
It's fine.
I can't, but I have tried my best since I've joined the Bonfire crew. And it means a lot to me, to all you guys. I missed you guys this last week. I'm going to say that. I missed both of you, Lou, and I missed you, Jacob. And I loved hanging out with you two, really. But I missed you guys, and I was excited to be back here today. So I didn't want to mess things up, Jake. I didn't want to mess things up. So I figured, you know what? 50-50.
It's good.
I say something or just move on, and maybe they didn't hear it because I know there's not a smell. If there's a smell, I'm protecting these people. I'm going to say something. I'm going to let them have an opportunity to get out of the room.
Bobby, save your breath. You had him at Jake. You called him Jake? You could fucking fart on
It's
his
like the
chest
first
if you
time
want.
anyone's ever called me that in studio. It did win me over.
I'm not talking to Jake Edward now. I'm asking Jake a question.
And also,
You know
can
what?
I have
Like I
done?
said, I feel like the unprofessional one because you guys were in such a flow.
yeah.
It's
work.
totally
But it
fine.
just took.
Anyway,
I
Moon
shouldn't-
Tower, blah, blah, blah.
It's
Moving
okay.
on.
It's okay. You all right with
Smell
that?
my dude.
Moon Tower, Schmoon Tower, it's over. We'll move on to the next subject.
Please,
no,
let's
I
get
mean,
back-
there's probably so much more to get into.
No,
but
no,
Water
no.
under the bridge.
All right, water under the bridge.
We could skip past this next Josh Adam Myers thing, dude. It's
Toots,
not really.
Toots on the highway of life. How's that?
Look, like it never happened.
We
Let's
don't,
continue.
we don't have to revisit this
No,
Josh Adam
we're
Myers
gonna-
thing
let
because
me
it's
tell-
just
No, no, no.
water under the bridge.
No,
it's
it's
like
not.
a fart minutes ago.
Let me tell you something right now, Jay. The intro that I
hate
got.
this.
The intro. Here's the thing: when you intro somebody, it's important how you intro them. It's like this is when you're telling the crowd.
I don't think credits are important. If you know them, though,
it's
so
important.
it should be a little from the gut.
And if it's two people that you really know, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the end of the show, and one person hasn't done it before, right?
Yes.
One person, it's their first time. You might
First
wanna-
time just singing. It's
Singing.
very vulnerable.
I bought a hat.
You bought a hat.
I went against my wife.
He
and
turned
bought
on his
a
wife.
Hat for this.
She does not want to be with a man who has a cowboy hat. She's made that very clear on the phone.
I spent money on props, and we're ready to go.
And we did it.
And
Bobby bought a scarf. His scarf matches his headphones now.
I had my Jaguar shirt. I had a Motley Crue shirt. I got a Motley Crue shirt, dude.
I thought you look great.
He did.
And we were up there ready to do this. And as he introduced you, when he introduced you, I was like, this is awesome.
I know.
Because of the way he introduced you. And then what he did to me was he literally sucked the oxygen out of the room. My
He remembered way late.
My self-esteem, what?
He remembered way late.
He didn't remember way late.
No, it was. Because I'm telling you,
I have the audio.
Oh, no. I know. He looked over at us when he said me and then saw you, and it was too late.
Yeah, he forgot
Yes.
about me,
He forgot.
that I was
For
on
sure.
the show, and then said my name. I mean, but your intro was like he was introducing a king.
Can I play devil's advocate? He was. Can I play devil's...
Yep.
And I was like, yup. Let me also say,
And I
Yeah.
was like,
in fairness,
In fairness.
I went to the rehearsal and sang it alone.
What?
So maybe he was just like, his mind just wasn't...
I was standing there with a hat on,
Okay,
Jay.
you were standing there.
I had a fucking hat and a scarf and a fucking Motley Crue. What are you talking about?
Okay.
We just said, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? We're going to do it. We're going to get it down. Give it
I think he came outside and talked with us for a few times.
Came outside. This is going to be great. I'm telling you. Kyle Klaus is good, but Bon Jovi's going to kill it.
So,
He's literally hanging with you right before the show.
Hanging.
right during the show,
Did you guys do the group hug before the performance that he always does? The circle?
he does it.
He
He
does
yeah.
that. He does it.
Oh, okay. I was in one of those.
Yeah, it's fun.
Looked like fun. Don't know what it would. I didn't know. I would have been 100% in the prayer if he prayed to Jesus. Let me get Jesus in this. Bobby, come on in here. Say the
Jesus, skadoodly doodle and diddly dangly doo.
prayer. And Bon Jovi and Bobby the Bobby the Boo.
Amen.
Amen. Nothing. Nope.
Do you want me to describe? You want to describe how?
Sure, you do it. You do it because you know what, Jay? I have the actual audio from the show we can
Let's
listen to,
Let's see how close I am.
and then we'll see how close you are. Go ahead, Jay.
For contrast, what did he say for you?
I'm going to give that as part of it.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
He goes, this next guy coming to stage, you know him, man. He's here every time, every Moon Tower. He's one of the godfathers of Comedy Jam from New York City. He goes, you guys know him, you love him. I'm trying to think of another compliment he gave. He was really...
I want you to take the energy he's doing right now and times it by 7,000.
We'll see.
Literally,
And he goes,
7,000.
I can't scream in here. And he goes, I want to make some. He goes, for Big J. Okerson. And they go like that. And he goes, oh, and Robert Kelly.
Not even.
No, and Bobby Kelly.
Not even Bobby. And BK. And that guy over there in the hat. And give it up for another motherfucker. Give it up for Dan not him. Bob Kelly. I mean,
It's just shy of calling him Dan Soder.
I think he was going to say Dan Soder and then went, Bob. He went, what about Bob?
But I'm telling you, his face, in full Bobby's defense of what he's saying here, he did go. He goes, Big J Okerson. He goes, and Bobby Kelly.
In the middle, they didn't hear him though.
And I'm telling you, and I'm not adding this for effect or anything. I'm telling you, because of the discomfort I felt, that only may have happened because when Josh was looking over at me and he said, Big J Okerson, I was almost like, I almost like turned to Bobby to like start walking up the stairs, and then that's when he kind of goes like, oh yeah, and Bobby Kelly.
I took 2 steps back.
He was oh yeah, and Bobby Kelly.
Do you understand? I couldn't breathe. I couldn't. I went. I was nervous. Do you understand how fucking nerve-wracking it is for me to sing? I told you that. Fucking singing in public makes me blotchy and scared and terrified.
But didn't I say that I would be there right with you?
You said you'd be there, but as soon as he mentioned the king of Godfather, the holy shit of comedy, you walked right away from me.
Well, I'm doing the people a disservice. I don't take a little bow.
You left me on.
Oh, you got to give them a little spin. You got to give the people what they want. He already made the announcement. What was he going to do? Can't take it back.
Dude, you left me in the little silhouette of the hallway waiting for mine. And then he introduced me. As I'm walking up 2 stairs, and he says, and Bob Kelly. And nobody heard it.
No one heard it.
No one fucking
For sure,
heard it.
nobody heard it. By the way, connected to that, we're going to play Josh's thing. I'm not getting off on the similar subject.
Yeah.
We did forget to say in Nashville. Oh no, because it was afterwards. The last night in Nashville, we did the crowd work show, which Bobby got. It's a whole other thing for another day. Bobby got tagged on that thing, man.
Dude.
He was audience mic for me, which was so sweet. Run by a festival owner that was pretty drunk and just kept coming over and be like, it'd be funny. Put these people up on this. It just kept getting longer and longer.
Dude,
the show.
the
show started. But obviously, just similar to the subject we're talking about. Do you remember this? When the show started, they go, the sound guy. It's called. What's Your Fucking Deal? The show. They've been announcing all week that me and Bobby are doing this show. Also, Bobby also said like Big J Okerson's What's Your Fucking Deal? And it's now featuring Robert Kelly.
It said the date first. It said April blah 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 and Bob Kelly.
So
on the thing. So it's when you called me, you're like, dude, we'll do a show together. It'd be great. I was like, great. Why don't we just do it? Okay, cool. Dude, I'll do the mic. Okay, great. It was Big J Okerson in fucking 74 Point Helvetica, April blah blah blah, and Bob Kelly.
50-50 split though.
But I didn't even get 50, I didn't even get a highlight around my font. Like you had shadow and highlight. I just had regular font.
Bubble letters with shine on them.
Yeah. I had regular
with
font.
shine spots.
Yeah. Yours were all in capital. They had capital B and then lowercase o, B, and then capital K.
Bob K.
Bob K.
But the beginning of that show,
God damn it.
The guy goes, all right, couple quick announcements, blah, blah, don't do this and no phones and something. Also, right before they start the show, Zany's Nashville, which is a close to flawless club in my eyes. Yeah. They go, also, if you're parked in the Target parking lot or whatever parking lot, they will tow your car. If you're parked in the parking lot, in the ShopRite parking lot, they will tow your car. All right, you guys ready to have some fun now? And he goes, I want you to welcome to the stage, everybody, hometown favorite. I was like, that was kind of sweet because I'm like, I'm not from here, but like I'm a favorite of this hometown. I thought he was just he goes, hometown favorite, Brad Sativa. And then everyone in the green room is just puzzled. It's me. He's supposed to be announcing me. And I was like,
Jay just stood by the door.
And I just didn't go out. And then, no exaggeration, everyone's just standing in the green room and no one knows what to do. And like, should you just go out there? I went, no. And they're like, well, what do we? And they give him the sound guy. They come over to the sound guy. He just goes, sorry, man, I didn't know who was up first.
He said that into the microphone to the audience.
No, yes, that's what he said to me. And he goes back and he goes, no one told me who was up first on the show. How about everybody for Big J Oak? It was just also, it was so crazy. God. He's like, sorry, dude. No one told me who was on the show or who was opening the show. I go,
To be fair, it was not on the sheet.
Yeah,
You just did a coin flip.
it's so weird because that's what happened to me at the Comedy Jam. Nobody knew who the guy was walking behind Big, the Godfather of comedy, the greatest friend I've ever had. This guy is the world's greatest. His special is the #1 special ever filmed. Give it up for Big J, my friend. Holy shit, everybody loves him. Overson! And Bob Kell.
I do want to say from the audience, I did hear it, and I was perturbed by the intro.
It was great. I have it. Let's play it.
Please.
Let's play it. Lou?
Yeah, this snickerdoodle coming to the stage. This man is the godfather of New York comedy. He's got the greatest fucking special out now, dog bully. He's the funniest fucking dude I've ever met, and he's my best friend. And you love him too. Ladies and gentlemen, Big J Augerson and Bobby Kelly.
well, when I hear it back.
And Bobby Kelly.
When I hear it back, it doesn't sound.
To answer for this.
Josh?
When I hear it back, it doesn't sound good.
I mean, Jesus, man. I mean, that's nuts. As I was walking on stage, and Bob Kelly.
And Bobby Kelly.
And Bob Kelly.
I mean, we heard Bobby Kelly. Like, you could hear it.
Yeah, barely. I was an and.
That's such an afterthought
Well,
intro.
if you want to hear a thing about how I was put into a weird scenario similar to, they did they have a show every year they do now called The Living Wake of. Jesus. And they picked somebody. Bobby was there. They picked somebody to do it too, and it's a living wake. It's exactly what it sounds like. People are supposed to go up there. It's just the idea is to say nice things about the person.
It's a weird. Here's the thing,
concept,
though.
but
They sprung it on everybody.
Nice.
They sprung it on everybody like that day. Like I didn't know until I was getting there that I was on. And they call you up and like, dude, just say nice things. It's going to be funny.
And they don't want to give anyone an explanation. So the people that I found out who was on it through the week, because people come up to me going like, "What is this? What am I supposed to be doing here?" I go, "I don't know either. I guess it's like say nice things." And that happened with Brad Williams. Dulce Sloan was on it. Now, here's a festival where not only are Bobby and Josh there, Justin Silver's there this year. Mike Vecchione's there this year. Joe List. Brendan Sagalow. People who all make more, even like newer friends like Brendan Sagalow and people like that, make more sense. Ian Fidance. Like, I know them. I've spent some time with them and done shit and had leisure activity with these people. Jeremiah Watkins was on it, who he did great. He told like 2 or 3 of the 5 things we've ever done together. Do you know what I mean? And like
it was easy for him to do it because there's only been 5 things.
He's like, here's these 3 stories.
These stories, all from Moon Tower.
Then Brad Williams goes up. Poor Brad. For him to be put in the position to even have to do it.
Yeah, and they had it on a pedestal. They had to move that out of the way. That's always uncomfortable.
They had to move the thing out of the way.
They had to
that
move
was crazy.
so
you could see him.
The podium.
The podium. They
had to move it.
They had to move it because they couldn't see him. That just stinks.
The choice was for someone to hold him up the whole time like Quado, or just have to move the podium.
Yeah, or get a smaller podium.
Brad was so, not flustered's the wrong word, just in all the nice things he has to say about me, as it would be for him, I could say in a minute. Do you know what I mean? Always a good dude. How many times you would laugh at this, Jacob? Because I know me and you always like, not hackneyed stuff, but just like the obvious things that no one ever talks about. 5 times he'd go, he's just like, Jay's like a great guy, and when you see him, like, it's going to be a good time. When you see him, you're getting ready to have a good time. And that's cool. The first time we saw each other was actually at, this festival. We bumped into each other, and we were like, we know the same people, like, instant, like, friendship.
You bumped into each other, but not at the same point of your bodies.
Yeah. I headbutted him in the dick. He was pretty pissed.
What's the point of this?
I don't know exactly, but then he goes, this is what I'm saying, you go, we saw each other at a festival, and that's when we met, and we know the same people, so we became like instant friends. And you know, it's just those kind of guys. Like when you see him, you know it's going to be a good time. It's just like he's partridge in a pear treeing it. It just kept always adding another thing. Goes, oh, I also his hair. He's got pretty cool hair. And when you see him at a party, it's like a guy you see and you know it's going to be a good time. It always just kind of came back.
I like
to that.
sweatshirts. He seems to like sweatshirts.
He likes sweatshirts, and also you know it's going to be a good time when you see him. But Brad did his thing. He did what he could do. Then Bobby went up, which was great. Me and Bobby like riffed back and forth. I didn't have a microphone either.
He had no microphone, which was ridiculous. The fact that you're going to say stuff about Jay. There's no way Jay's not going to respond. I mean, I went out there and I was like, I told the whole story of what happened with us when we first met, and it wasn't true. Like Jay was like, that's not what happened. And he really told what really happened. So then I just retold what he said. Like I just like we just restarted over. I was like, the first time I met Jay.
Most of Bobby's sentences started with, "Oh yeah,"
but they didn't even give him a microphone, which was just nuts. So then he would just pretend he was dead after.
I said I was like one of those embalmed gang members. So I was doing gang.
He was doing gang signs.
But then Dulce Sloan goes on, and Dulce and me aren't like we are acquaintances at the best, and there's nothing like nothing negative there really. It's just like. We just don't really know each other very well. And she always calls me the wrong name. I don't know if it's like an on purpose, like, fuck you thing or whatever it is.
What does she call you?
8 different things. She'll just say, but she'll always be, it's like, it sounds like she'll be like, your name's Jonathan. I'm going to call you Jonathan. And I'm just like, we don't ever have a thing about it because I just go, all right. I just keep moving. I'm like.
Because you're scared?
Sure. We'll call it scared. But she went on there and like her thing was just like, yeah, Jay, I don't even know why I'm on this motherfucker. Jay is one of them white boys where black people will be like, he all right, I guess, you know. He all right. He's better than the people he hang out with, though. He just hang out with bad people. And I've seen Legion of Skanks fans, those incel, blah, 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 those racists and whatever.
They're
like,
all there.
Who's there?
The whole audience is Skank fans and Bonfire fans.
She tried to recover by going like, "It's cool, you know. I'm an incel too. I can't get laid. I just think she's getting ready to go into a bit." She's like, but she just said this weird stuff about it. And then Josh went up there and he did a funny thing. Josh played a song that he had AI. He asked ChatGPT to write a song about Big J. Okerson from his friend Josh Edemeyer, and like in the tune of, or you know, to the style of Josh.
Was
Edemeyer.
it called The Greatest Comic, the Godfather of New York Comedy? My Best Friend. Was it called that? What was the name of the song?
Yeah.
The Greatest
My Best
Godfather of Comedy.
Yes, and then in parentheses, my best friend. That's I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Not Bob Kelly.
Not Bob Kelly. This was a bummer. This is like a weird thing of in comedy. I don't mind saying in the show because the invite's technically open, but after the show with the Dulce Sloan, I was like, "Hey, you got like the Skanks fans and like the whole like Skankfest thing." She said something about Skankfest too. I'm like, "You got it all wrong. Like, you should like come on Skanks sometime and do the show. You know, I'm like, come on and like do it. Like, you'll kill. You'd love it." And she was like, "I'm all right." And I was like, "No, but like you really should like. You're just saying these things and you like with no." Like, come do the show. And she was like, "I seen them. I'm good." Like, she was just kind of like dismissive of it. And then especially is when I was like, why the fuck were you on this show? Like, I hate his audience. Not that big a fan of him. But I'll go say something if he did.
He's not too much of a racist.
Yeah, I ain't happy he dead. Yeah, he ain't too much of a racist. Just Mexicans.
It's a disappointing outlook for sure.
It was weird. When I was backstage, I was like, why the fuck isn't Joe List here? Why is Mike Vecchio not here?
It's insane. I have actual friends there.
Yeah.
They're just sitting. They're not even there.
I think they wanted, because they're pitching that, I think they were filming it, by the way, and I think they're using that. Like, he came up to me after, he was like, dude, we're using you and Jay, that segment is going to be the pitch.
Oh, nice.
So they're going to use that as the pitch for a show. And I think they were trying to get a what's the word, like a broader spectrum of people instead of just a bunch of white guys commenting on a white dude.
Well, book my black friends.
Yeah.
I have black friends who are comedians.
It's a
You're just not
long
booking
list.
them. Yeah.
Were they at the festival?
None.
Where are all my black friends?
Get Kareem Green out there. He'll say nice things about me. Damn, that's it. Kareem Green.
That's all.
Kevin Hart used to be black.
We got you got your feelings hurt. I got my feelings hurt. I went to the YKWd and I showed up to the producer of it who had just texted me. My face is on street posts. My name is on the poster. My face is. I'm on the app, and she goes, "Who? And you are?" And I went, Big J Okerson, and I just walked away.
No, you said that she was like, no, you're not.
That's what she said when I walked. She goes, "No, you're not." I was like, "Ugh." And then she came in and gave me an attitude.
She goes, no, you're not. He's the godfather of comedy in this town and Josh Adam Meyer's best friend. I know who Big J Okerson is, and you are not him.
That's funny. I thought he said the Godfather of Comedy Jam. I didn't realize he said Godfather
No, he did.
of
He said
Comedy.
comedy. He said comedy jam. He said comedy jam.
Oh God, he said comedy.
He said comedy
He
jam.
just said
No, he said
comedy.
comedy of New York. No, he
I
said
just
comedy of
re-listened.
New York.
Where'd you re-listen?
Comedian of New York.
Here.
Oh,
Dude,
did you? You just re-listened to it?
He said comedy of
Does
New
he say-
York.
Does he say jam?
No, he says
No, he says comedy on that recording.
comedy of New York.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all right hearing it again.
Myself.
Let's hear it one more time.
Why don't we hear it one more time? You're right. These are radio moments you can't make up. I know. It's fine.
I'm sorry, dude.
Fine. No, play Josh again.
Yeah, this snickerdoodle coming to the stage. This man is the godfather of New York comedy.
Oh, yeah, he says
He's got
comedy.
the greatest fucking special
does.
out now, dog belly.
Oh, wow.
He's the funniest fucking dude I've ever met, and he's my best friend. And you love him too. Ladies and gentlemen, Big J Okerson.
You're right. I stand correct, Christine.
And his friend.
And Bobby Kelly.
Yeah, you were right. You were right. He says Godfather of New York comedy.
I can't take it.
At the show, I thought he said comedy jam.
Oh,
Case
did you?
dismissed.
I
You
thought
can't
that
argue
too.
evidence.
I thought at the show he did also say that.
Jay,
But I
listen,
guess
Jay,
this audio evidence.
we just heard audio evidence, dude. I don't know what you're fighting about.
I'm not. I'm saying I must have misheard it too at the show.
Oh, you're crazy. I mean, I don't know what's up with you, dude. Hey, everybody, I'm Bobby Kelly.
And it's Big J Okerson. We're actually a full radio show on Sirius XM, not just a podcast.
Hey, guess what? For full episodes of The Bonfire, you can listen on the SiriusXM app.
Go to SiriusXM.com/bonfire for a special offer.